Are you ready to face your worst nightmares? The ones that lurk in the shadows of your mind, waiting to pounce when you least expect it? Welcome to our countdown of the top 10 horror villains that have terrified audiences for decades. From masked slashers to demonic dolls, these villains have left an indelible mark on the horror genre. We're diving deep into their twisted minds, exploring what makes them tick, and why they continue to haunt our waking hours. So, lock your doors, turn the lights down low, and brace yourselves as we journey into the heart of horror and meet the villains that have earned their place in our nightmares. Our journey into the darkness begins at Camp Crystal Lake, where summer camp fun turns into a fight for survival. Jason Voorhees, the machete-wielding behemoth, is a horror icon, instantly recognizable with his signature hockey mask. A deformed boy who drowned at Camp Crystal Lake now stalks the woods, driven by rage, an unstoppable force of nature, punishing anyone on his territory. The image of Jason, emerging from the water, is etched into the minds of horror fans everywhere. He claws his way back, ready to claim his next victim. So, the next time you find yourself near a secluded lake, remember Jason. While Jason haunts our waking world, our next villain infiltrates the one place we thought was safe, our dreams. Freddy Krueger, the disfigured face of our nightmares, turns our subconscious sanctuary into a playground of terror. With his burned visage, fedora pulled low over his piercing eyes, and a glove adorned with razor-sharp blades, Freddy is the personification of our darkest fears made flesh. He preys on the vulnerable, the innocent, turning our deepest desires into our worst nightmares. He taunts his victims with their own insecurities, using their past traumas against them. But Freddy's reign of terror isn't absolute. If you can overcome your fear, face him head-on in the nightmare realm, you might just stand a chance. From the depths of our nightmares, we turn to something seemingly innocent, something we associate with childhood joy and comfort, a doll. But in the world of horror, even the most innocuous objects can harbor a dark secret. Chucky, the murderous good guy doll, is living proof that evil comes in small packages. What's scarier than a doll possessed by the soul of a serial killer? A doll that refuses to stay dead. Chucky's story began with Charles Lee Ray, a notorious serial killer known as the Lakeshore Strangler. Facing his demise in a toy store, Ray used a voodoo ritual to transfer his soul into a nearby good guy doll. Now trapped in a plastic prison, Chucky continues his reign of terror, his tiny body housing a murderous rage that belies his innocent appearance. He's a reminder that evil can hide in plain sight, lurking beneath a surface of plastic smiles and button eyes. Chucky's chilling catchphrase, "Hi, I'm Chucky, wanna play?" sends shivers down the spines of horror fans everywhere. So the next time you see a discarded doll lying in the gutter, think twice before picking it up. You never know what kind of evil might be lurking inside. Chapter 4. Leatherface, the Saw is family. We venture now into the heart of Texas, to a desolate stretch of road where a family of cannibalistic killers terrorizes unsuspecting travelers. Leatherface, the hulking, chainsaw-wielding monster, stands as a grotesque symbol of this family's depravity. His name, a chilling testament to his gruesome appearance, is derived from the masks he crafts from the faces of his victims. Leatherface is a tragic figure, driven to madness by a family steeped in generations of violence and insanity. The chilling whir of Leatherface's chainsaw, echoing through the desolate Texan landscape, is a sound that strikes fear into the hearts of horror fans everywhere. Leatherface's story serves as a warning of the dangers of isolation, the corrosive nature of family secrets, and the terrifying consequences of unchecked madness. He's a reminder that sometimes, the most terrifying monsters are the ones we create ourselves. Chapter 5. Michael Myers, The Shape of Fear. Our journey takes us back to the seemingly idyllic town of Haddonfield, Illinois, where a silent force of evil stalks the night. Michael Myers, often referred to simply as the Shape, embodies our primal fear of the unknown, the unstoppable force that lurks just beyond our understanding. His emotionless white mask, a chillingly blank slate, reflects our own fears back at us. Michael's silence is deafening, amplifying the terror he inflicts. He moves with an unsettling grace, his movements deliberate, his purpose unwavering. Michael's reign of terror began on Halloween night, when, at the tender age of 6, he brutally murdered his older sister. Confined to a mental institution, he remained a specter, haunting the halls until 15 years later he escaped, returning to Haddonfield to finish what he started. He's the boogeyman come to life, the embodiment of pure, unadulterated evil. Michael's resilience is legendary. He shrugs off injuries that would cripple a normal man, his determination fueled by an unseen force. So the next time you find yourself alone on Halloween night, remember Michael Myers. Chapter 6. Pinhead, the pain and pleasure of hell. From the depths of human evil, we delve into a realm beyond our comprehension, a dimension of unimaginable pain and perverse pleasure. Pinhead, the leader of the Cenobites, is a creature of both exquisite beauty and grotesque horror, a being who exists at the intersection of pain and pleasure. His iconic appearance, a pale, androgynous figure with pins meticulously arranged across his head, is both alluring and repulsive. Pinhead and his Cenobites are not demons in the traditional sense. They are explorers in the further regions of experience, beings who have transcended the limitations of human morality. Their arrival is heralded by the Lament configuration, a puzzle box that, when solved, opens a doorway to their realm. Pinhead's story serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of curiosity and the seductive nature of the forbidden. Chapter 7. Ghostface, the Mask of Many Faces. Our journey into the heart of horror takes an unexpected turn as we delve into the world of meta-horror, a realm where the lines between reality and fiction blur. Ghostface, the masked stalker who terrorizes the town of Woodsboro, is a testament to the enduring power of fear itself. His mask, a distorted caricature of Edvard Munch's iconic painting The Scream, is a chilling symbol of our collective anxieties. Ghostface is not one person, but a mantle worn by different individuals driven by their own twisted motives. This revolving door of killers adds a layer of paranoia and uncertainty to the Ghostface mythos. The Ghostface killings are often intertwined with the rules of horror movies, blurring the lines between fiction and reality. Ghostface's story is a commentary on our fascination with horror, the thrill of the scare, the adrenaline rush of being confronted with our deepest fears. So the next time the phone rings and you hear that chilling voice on the other end, remember Ghostface. Chapter 8. Pennywise, Fear Itself. We descend now into the sewers of Derry, Maine, a town plagued by a malevolent entity that preys on childhood fears. Pennywise the dancing clown, a shape-shifting creature of unimaginable evil, is the embodiment of our deepest anxieties. Pennywise's appearance, a grotesque parody of a clown, is a chilling reminder that things are not always what they seem. He is a master manipulator, preying on the vulnerabilities of children, their imaginations both a weapon and a shield in the face of unimaginable terror. Pennywise's true form is beyond human comprehension, a cosmic entity that exists outside the bounds of time and space. He reminds us that even in the darkest of times, hope and courage can prevail against the horrors that lurk in the shadows. Chapter 9. Jigsaw, the Game of Life and Death. From the depths of our nightmares, we enter a world of twisted games and moral dilemmas, a realm where life and death hang precariously in the balance. Jigsaw, a terminally ill cancer patient turned ruthless puppet master, believes he's teaching his victims to appreciate life through elaborate and deadly games. His calling card, a spiral painted on the faces of his victims, symbolizes the downward spiral of their lives. Jigsaw's methods are brutal, his games designed to push his victims to their physical and psychological limits. Jigsaw's legacy extends beyond his death, his twisted philosophy inspiring a new generation of followers who continue his work. He reminds us that even with good intentions, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Chapter 10. The Babadook Grief's Monstrous Form. Our journey concludes with a descent into the heart of psychological horror, where the true monsters lurk not in the shadows, but within the depths of our own minds. The Babadook, a creature born from grief and despair, is a chilling reminder that some wounds run so deep, they fester and transform into something monstrous. The Babadook is more than just a monster. It's a manifestation of Amelia's unresolved grief, her inability to cope with the loss of her husband. The Babadook's story is told through the lens of a children's pop-up book, its haunting rhymes and disturbing illustrations seeping into the reality of Amelia and her son Samuel. The Babadook's appearance is both grotesque and strangely alluring, evoking a sense of dread and fascination. It reminds us that sometimes the scariest monsters are the ones we create ourselves. And there you have it, our top 10 horror villains that will haunt your nightmares. These iconic figures have terrorized audiences for decades, their images seared into our collective subconscious. They remind us that fear is a powerful emotion, one that can be both terrifying and exhilarating. But horror is more than just jump scares and gore. It's a reflection of our deepest fears, our anxieties about the world around us, and the monsters that lurk within us all. These villains, as terrifying as they may be, offer us a chance to confront our fears, to explore the dark side of human nature, and to emerge from the experience changed. Thanks for joining us on this terrifying journey through the world of horror villains. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more spine-chilling content. Sweet dreams.